In this episode, I'm going to give you my recommendations for Week 16 of the fantasy basketball season for the Sleeper app. Now let's make some game picks. Welcome to the Game Pick Fantasy Basketball Podcast. I am your host, Robbin Marx. You can connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Game Pick Podcast. If you love points leagues, dynasty, and Sleeper's new game pick format, please consider subscribing on all channels. And please stick around until the end because I'm going to share the game pick sleeper of the week. Now let's jump into our big time game picks for week 16 of the NBA season. Christian Wood. Christian Wood has 4 games this week. No back-to-backs. Big shout out to my main man, David Vega, for recommending me covering Christian Wood this week. The game pick for Christian Wood is going to be Friday at San Antonio. It is his highest projected point total. Kyrie Irving. Oh boy, Kyrie. He has 4 away games this week. As you know, Kyrie is a part-time player this season, so he's not going to be playing any home games for the Brooklyn Nets. So him having 4 away games is gold for fantasy managers who took the risk of investing in him in their draft or in a trade this season. He does have a back-to-back on the Tuesday and Wednesday. I would recommend playing Kyrie Irving on the Wednesday at Sacramento. Sacramento's front line, actually their entire team and organization is in shambles and people are scoring tons of numbers on them. So it's a smart decision to play Kyrie against the Sacramento Kings. I would say about Kyrie that this is also a sell high moment for him. You can sell high on Kyrie right now. Him having 4 away games, someone might look at that like, hey, this is value for this week. Let me see what I can offer to get Kyrie. So if you can, get maybe a top 15, maybe even a top 20 guy or a 2-for-1 for Kyrie, I would go ahead and see if I can make a move, especially in redraft leagues. In dynasty leagues, if you have Kyrie Irving, I would recommend holding because Kyrie is a top 10 talent. And when things change in terms of the restrictions for COVID, he'll be back to his old tricks. Domantas Sabonis. He has 4 games this week, no back-to-backs. He's been banged up, but expect him to come back strong this week. I would recommend playing Sabonis on the Friday versus Chicago. Jarrett Allen. Allen has 4 games this week, no back-to-backs. The Cleveland Cavaliers have just been a surprise this year. I mean, across the board, they're on pace to make the playoffs. But, Darius Garland is ascending. Jarrett Allen is playing the best basketball of his career. And, of course, Evan Mobley is a phenom. So for Jarrett Allen, I would hold Jarrett Allen in dynasty and in redraft formats and, continue to keep an eye out for the rest of the Cavaliers and pay attention to injuries, things of that nature, because the Cavs are a team to watch. And it's crazy to say that they're in contention with, this young core. And I imagine that if they get another piece or two, they might very well be, on the road to a championship. So my game pick for Jarrett Allen this week is going to be Wednesday at Houston. That is his highest projected point total. Jaylen Suggs. Jaylen Suggs has 4 games this week. He has two back-to-backs this week, actually. He has a Tuesday and Wednesday back-to-back and a Saturday and Sunday. My game pick for Jaylen Suggs is going to be Wednesday at Indiana. OG Anunoby. OG has 4 games this week. He has 2 back-to-backs as well. He has the Monday and Tuesday and the Thursday and Friday. OG has been up and down this season. I really don't have much OG Anunoby stock in fantasy basketball, but I know how valuable he is. And, I believe, because of his roller coaster nature in terms of production, it might be a chance for you to buy low on him when he's having some of these down games. My game pick for OG is going to be Friday versus Atlanta. This week's game pick sleeper of the week is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is the best place to play fantasy sports, including best ball, daily drafts, and pick'em. Start drafting in minutes for a shot at big cash and an enhanced game-watching experience. Did I mention that Kevin Durant and Mark Cuban both invested in Underdog? Once I heard about those cosigns, I had to spread the news. Sign up today and use the code GamePickPodcast. Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. It's like getting free money. Don't miss out on your chance to double up from the jump. To sign up, just download the Underdog Fantasy app on Android or iOS. Now, your game pick sleeper of the week, Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo is doing his thing. He has 4 games this week. Yes, he has a back-to-back on the Thursday and Friday. The big thing I want to pay attention to with Ayo is the fact that he's averaging 23 minutes per game. I believe those numbers are here to stay. People were concerned when Zach LaVine was out, as well as Lonzo being out, who was going to be the person to benefit from these minutes. And most lean towards Kobe White because he was a point guard. But Ayo is actually, his natural position is point guard. And he's been playing a little point, a little 2. And he also, because of his wingspan, can also play the 3 a little bit. So I would recommend grabbing some stock in this young man while it's early, especially in dynasty formats. I think he's going to be around for a long time. My game pick for Ayo Dosunmu is going to be Thursday at Toronto. If I didn't mention your player, please drop a comment with your request. And please join our new Discord group if you need help with game picks, trades, dynasty questions, team names, the works. To join the server, just visit bit.ly/gamepickdiscord. Also, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, share with a friend, hit us with a hacksaw Jim Duggan, and leave us a review on Apple Podcast. Last thing, if you want to support the Game Pick Podcast so we can continue to pump out league-winning content, please consider becoming a Patreon member and getting tons of exclusive benefits, including our monthly dynasty rankings and more. So, for more information, please visit patreon.com/GamePickPodcast.